of today, with temperatures at or around freezing in portions of the mountains here already this morning. You can see that 31 to 32 in Bakersville towards Waynesville into Franklin. Hendersonville 39, no reading in Brevard, but off towards the upstate we're waking up to the 40s, so not so bad here. Definitely still want that coat this morning. 42 in Gaffney, 45 in Spartanburg, and 46 in Greenville, 47 in Anderson. The next 12 hours, still a beautiful day. You know, yesterday was not so bad. We were in the 60s. Technically, we were cooler than where we should be for this time of year for April, but it really didn't feel that bad as long as you found that sunshine and you were outside yesterday. 40s still sticking around through mid to late morning. We're going to see that temp dip, probably the coldest around 7, 8 o'clock. That's when we could see really some frost formation happening. And then as we go on throughout the morning, 50s will start to arrive just before noon, mid to upper 50s with a low 60 hitting by 3. Again, with a whole lot of sunshine in store for us today. So a great day to even take the dog outside, go for a little walk. We do have changes on the way, though, some warmer temperatures into Thursday and Friday with this system that is coming. But let's start with this morning. We are stepping out to some chillier temperatures, so you do want that jacket, that coat for some into western North Carolina. A dip of temperatures there around 30 to 34 degrees. So that cold air from that cold front has really started to settle on in, and with it, you're going to notice that chill in the air this morning. Also, we told you yesterday to make sure that your sensitive plants, if you already put them out in the ground for spring and summer, make sure they're doing okay this morning if you did not cover them or take them in yesterday. We have the chance of some freeze issues, even a freeze warning for partial areas of McDowell County for this morning, and that frost potential in areas that we have temperatures in the upper 30s, which we're not really seeing right now across the upstate, but there's that chance for it as we go into the next several hours with temperatures dropping. Otherwise, warming to a beautiful day today, still below average. Low to mid 60s for highs, similar to yesterday. But we were talking in the newsroom this morning. If you found that sunshine, it wasn't a bad day. I was outside with Penny walking around. It was great. So, you know, we're going to start to see changes on the way, though. If you're loving the sunshine, take advantage of it today, because tomorrow it's not really going to be there. We're going to have cloud cover moving on through, and we're going to have the chance of showers and storms picking up Thursday night into Friday morning very early on, maybe even an isolated shower or storm into Friday afternoon and evening affecting some plans. So going straight to Future Track here, we'll show you the timeline of this. Let's start off with tomorrow morning. Around 10 o'clock, some spotty showers potentially into western North Carolina. Otherwise, a cloudy day for the upstate. We could get clipped with a shower. Otherwise, most of those showers and storms sticking off towards western North Carolina, but that storm action really coming into the night Thursday, picking up while a lot of us are sleeping. You can see, look off towards the west as well. This is where we have a better shot of seeing anything strong to severe start to form from Franklin down towards Anderson, maybe even cutting into Greenville County, Pickens and Oconee County around 2, 3 o'clock, moving out of here by 4, 5. And then on the back side of this, we could see some showers start to form to the evening, some colder air into those northern portions of the western North Carolinas near the Tennessee border, where we could see some snow start to form into Saturday morning there in the highest elevations. That severe weather risk into play for these areas here off towards Asheville. Sorry, the time to do it was last night, though. So unfortunately, this morning it is too late. Go check on them into western North Carolina. The upstate, we're doing okay right now. Actually, you may still have time to cover them or bring them inside, but we're in the 40s, so you don't have to with the 40s. It's if we dip to upper 30s, and that's where we could see some frost formation on the map. It's going to be in areas of western North Carolina. Point right to it. Bakersville, 32 degrees. Waynesville, 32. 32 in Bryson City and 31 in Franklin. So here we do have that freeze concern. Even the eastern side of McDowell County underneath a freeze warning for this morning in the lowest elevations. Otherwise, the 40s into the upstate and off towards Rutherfordton, a range of low to mid 40s. We're looking at an upper 30 for the frost formation. So something like Hendersonville, 37, 38 degrees, which maybe some of us get to, and portions of the upstate as we go through the morning time frame. So temps are still going to drop, is what I'm saying here this morning over the next couple of hours. By 7, 8 o'clock, some of the coolest back to the 50s by 11. By noon to the afternoon, a low 60. So maybe still want that light layer throughout the afternoon and evening, but it comes with sunshine before the cloud cover hits tomorrow, as well as the chances of showers and storms, maybe even an isolated severe threat, which we'll talk about later. Scotty.
All right, Catherine, thank you. State prosecutors are now asking the state Supreme Court for an extension to respond to Alec Murdaugh's appeal of his double murder conviction. Murdaugh was convicted of killing his wife and son back.
Really worry with frost formation with the 40s here. We're seeing a lot of low to mid 40s across the upstate, but the mountains, we are seeing some much colder temperatures, even near freezing or below freezing in Brevard. 31, 31 in Waynesville, 37 in Rutherfordton, and 36 in Asheville. This morning, we could see those temperatures drop even more for us into western North Carolina, the next couple of hours, we could see those values fall anywhere from 30 to 34 from Asheville towards Hendersonville. We're already seeing some values close to that here this morning. The upstate could be anywhere from 36 to around those low 40s. If we're in those low 40s, we're not as worried for frost formation. It's more those mid to upper 30s across the upstate where we could see some isolated patchy areas of frost. Last night was the night to bring in those plants, those sensitive plants. Maybe just go check on them this morning. Make sure they're okay if you didn't cover them or bring them inside. Otherwise, a beautiful day today. Maybe chilly for this time of year, but it's similar to yesterday, which actually wasn't so bad. If you were outside enjoying the sunshine, which you should do today before the cloud cover does move on into Thursday and Friday, we get a chance of some storms too and showers as well into Thursday and Friday. So starting with future track. Tomorrow morning, mainly going to start off dry for the upstate. We're mainly going to be dry throughout the day towards the nighttime. It comes mid to late morning for at least the mountains, more so into the afternoon and evening where you start to see it fill in with showers by 6 o'clock. By 9, 10 o'clock, this is where we get a chance of thunderstorms. Maybe we get an isolated thunderstorm overnight too, especially off towards the western portions from Franklin down towards Pickens and Oconee County into Anderson. Maybe cutting into Greenville, you can see by 2, 3, 4 o'clock moving out of here, and then some spotty showers on the backside of this throughout the evening into Friday, even into early Saturday. Some colder air rushing into the mountains, maybe leading with some snow too into highest elevations towards Tennessee. Your severe weather risk is isolated for Thursday overnight into Friday morning. Better odds towards the mountains and even into western parts of the upstate like Pickens and Oconee County. We're going to talk seeing it now. Temps will still drop the next couple of hours, but right now we are seeing a lot of at or below freezing into Bakersville, Waynesville, Bryson City, Franklin, even Asheville, Hendersonville, and Rutherfordton. Within that area of concern, upper 30s of where we could see some isolated frost concerns here for us. Partial portions of McDowell County underneath that freeze warning too for the lowest elevations, and the rest of us just dealing with those very cold temperatures into western North Carolina. In general, outside of this, the upstate, those low to mid 40s. So not necessarily looking at frost formation concerns here this morning for us for most of the upstate, but this could change throughout the next couple of hours. We could see even areas between like the rural areas of the upstate drop to the upper 30s. That's a possibility even into northeastern Georgia where we would see some isolated frost potential. So something to be on the lookout for. Hopefully you did pull in those sensitive plants. Otherwise today a nice day, dry, at least for Wednesday, just a bit cooler than where we should be typically, similar to yesterday. I still think it's going to be a beautiful day that was sunshine in play. By Thursday and Friday, the afternoon and evening, that's when we start to bring in some shower chances, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm too, which we'll talk about. But going straight to future track as we go into Thursday afternoon, evening, starting with those showers from 3 to 6, picking up widespread, potentially heavy rain at times, some moderate showers into western North Carolina. It is overnight where we see that chance to spread south, though, really into the upstate by about 11 midnight, and maybe an isolated storm too. You can see in those areas of concern, Pickens and Oconee County, 2, 3 o'clock from Anderson down into northeastern Georgia. Maybe we see one turn, the potential for severe low end, but that possibility is going to be there. Moving on out by 5, 6, 7 o'clock on the backside of this, some spotty showers into the afternoon and evening on Friday, and then getting some colder air to rush into the mountains, the Tennessee border. That's where we see highest elevations, chance for some snow and mix into early Saturday morning and really Friday night into Saturday morning. Here's a look at those storm threats. If anything, maybe damaging winds and isolated hail, but low end in those areas, as we pointed out, into Thursday night, early Friday morning. Otherwise, picking up about an inch of rain from this system moving on through, clearing and drying into the weekend and warming into next week too. That's where the 80s will be, the upper 70s for us and mid 70s for the mountains too. Let's get our first check of the roads. And pants I could see, or some keeping the long sleeves with highs in the 60s, and sunglasses. So another beautiful day ahead of us, Scotty.
All right, Katherine, thank you for that. Coming up at 6 o'clock, trade tariffs going into effect. We break down the impact on the upstate and on your wallet. Prosecutors, why they're asking for more time to respond to Alec Murdaugh's conviction appeal. But first at 6, your first alert.
So all of those areas, even Bakersville, at or below freezing and getting close to that freezing mark here in Asheville, now at 34 degrees, 35 in Hendersonville, 34 in Rutherfordton, some low 40s here across the upstate, and we could see some upper 30s if we get there. Frost formation is going to be a possibility, those mid to upper 30s here this morning. And again, those freeze concerns in portions of western North Carolina. So check on your plants if you did not bring them inside. Otherwise, if you're just going to be out and about today, walking around, maybe taking the dog outside, yourself outside, it is a chilly start. You do want the jacket or the coat, maybe a layer underneath too, because even by the afternoon, we're still in the 50 around lunchtime. So it's not going to get too warm. Even in general today, we'll eventually reach those low 60s. But it is a day where, again, if you're wondering what to wear, starting off with that thicker layer, peeling it off, potentially short sleeves for some. If you're finding that sunshine, it's going to be nice in the 60s. If not, it may be a little cool for some people out there. Also a lot of sunshine though, so don't forget those sunglasses, especially eastbounders this morning. And speaking of the roadways, Greenville and 45 in Anderson, it's the mountains where we're seeing some colder temperatures close to or even below freezing in Brevard, into Waynesville, and then mid 30s into Asheville and Rutherfordton this morning. So grab that jacket to coat. This morning we're going to be anywhere from 30 to 34 across the mountains, and we're already seeing some of those temperatures at or below freezing. Now the upstate looks to be pretty good for no frost concerns as of right now. Could maybe have some rural areas drop to the upper 30s the next couple of hours. We're not quite at our low. That's going to hit around 7, 8 o'clock before we start to warm. So 36 to 40. Check on those plants just in case this morning. Otherwise, a nice, mild, sunny, really beautiful day, I think is what we can call it. Yeah, it's cooler than average, but not so bad with highs in the 60s and sunshine before cloud cover showers start to move into Thursday and Friday with some warmer temps. But it's getting outside to cloud cover again, and some showers in the mountains starting around 2, 3 o'clock, building in the best chance of rain by Thursday evening. 6 to 10, you can see we spill this rain and even maybe a thunderstorm chance into the upstate overnight into Friday morning. Best odds for any sort of storms or heavy rain is going to be in the upstate overnight by about midnight to 2, 3 o'clock. Pickens and Oconee County into northeastern Georgia over 85. It is out of here, clear and dry for your morning commute on Friday with some post-frontal showers potentially on the backside of this, swinging on through Friday evening, and then a chance for some maybe snow due to the colder temperatures and the highest elevations close to the Tennessee state line. Severe weather risk, we do have an SPC marginal risk that is the lowest that you can see, so 1 out of 5 ranking in these areas in the yellow here. I'm going to say best odds the more west you go in general too, so maybe we pop 1 severe storm. If 2, I think we're staying potentially even below severe limits. Clearing and drying out into the weekend. Sunshine and the warmth coming back into place. Back to the 70s by Sunday, the 80s into next week. So that's when we start to get and feel those warmer temperatures again, more reminiscent of where we should be this time of year. Mountains getting to the mid 60s to mid 70s into next week by the weekend as well. 6:16. All right, back to Chris Scott. Spartanburg alerts this morning, Chris.
Yeah.
Concerns into western North Carolina. A beautiful Wednesday, though. Great day to still get outside. I know it's a little chilly for some this morning, or even cold, depending on where you're at, but we're warming to the low to mid 50s by 11 noon, getting to the 60s by 3, 4 o'clock. So similar to yesterday. I think if you liked yesterday, you're going to like today. What we're looking ahead to, again, those chilly temperatures starting off that way this morning. A cool day all in all for this time of year. Thursday night rain. We'll talk about maybe some storms, and then this weekend looking beautiful and warming as well into next week. All right, let's see how we're looking on the roadways this morning, though. We've been talking about Spartanburg alerts, and now we're off to Anderson alerts here with Chris Scott.
Yeah, we are. We have an Anderson accident just reported on South Main Street at East River Street this morning if you happen to be going that way in the downtown area of Anderson, so be alert for that. Still looking at this one around the Spartanburg County area. Should be clearing if not already, but we are still seeing a little bit of delay right there coming into the Rainbow Lake Road area. It's at Old Furnace Road at Highway.
In Bakersville, 29 there, 32 in Waynesville, 33 in Brevard, 29 in Bryson City and Franklin. So either way, if you're dealing with frost or freeze potential, outside of this, let's just talk about the cold in general. You want to start off with that jacket or coat today. It's going to be a beautiful day, nice setup. Mild conditions out there when you have the sunshine on your back at least. It is below where we should be for this time of year with highs in the low to mid 60s, warming the next couple of days, but really the warmth in general comes into next week, which we'll talk about. We have to talk about the chance for showers, maybe a thunderstorm. That's going to be kind of one of our other bigger stories for the next 24 hours to 48 hours here. So from Asheville Asheville towards Hendersonville and Franklin. A look at Thursday afternoon from 3 to 6. Some spotty showers. Our next frontal system is what we're talking about, bringing in a good chance of some rain by Thursday evening and night. This is when things start to pick up for us. Leading into overnight hours, that's when we could see a chance of a thunderstorm, specifically off towards our west. You can see where this is coming in around midnight from Franklin down towards Toccoa into northeastern Georgia, right over 85 into Pickens and Oconee County, over off towards Anderson, even parts of Greenville around 2-3 o'clock. Heavy rain moving out by 5, so that morning commute looking much drier for people, and then showing the chance of some spotty showers on the backside of this, swinging on through Friday afternoon towards evening, so you may run into one. Partly cloudy skies overall, getting some rush of much colder air towards the mountains too from Friday night 9-10 o'clock into early Saturday morning. So areas next to the Tennessee state line could get a few snow showers. Now, if we do see a chance of a severe thunderstorm, we showed you that outlook earlier on. Very low chances, about 1 or 2, maybe some damaging winds and isolated hail. But that's going to be about it. Picking up about an inch of rain for most of us across the area, or just under half an inch to an inch as we go through Thursday night into Friday. Clearing, drying into the weekend. Beautiful weekend to get outside, and warmer temps on the way. 70 to 80 degrees Sunday into Monday, and upper 70s into Tuesday. Even mountains, you get a warm with us as well. 60s to the 70s, a nice little jump of temperature into next week by Monday and Tuesday. Another check of the roads here this morning. Of course, with First Alert Traffic, Chris Scott here at 6:45.
Yeah, a whole lot better than it was